Not least, it's my pleasure to be honoring a couple who literally had more to do with the formation of Food Forward than I think even they know. Sorry, I need cue cards next year. On a dark night in March 2009, me and Fred Summers of SOVA's Community Food and Resource Program took a drive out to deep Chatsworth, and we were greeted by Grant Goshen and Russ Lyons. My memory of two things, I remember two things very distinctly. The pouring rain that kept me from exploring their citrus-packed property of 2.5 acres, and their pristine white carpet that I went on to soil numerous times with muddy boots in future pics. I guess we were lucky for the rain, because had I actually seen the property, I would have been petrified and never come back again. But lo and behold, a few weeks later, the rain had stopped. 50 volunteers materialized to harvest 5,000 pounds in what was the first big pick that would launch Food Forward. I'm really pleased to say several of the volunteers that were on that pick are here tonight with us. And representatives from Jewish Family Service and Silva are here as well. We have been back to Bryceland, as we call it, named after their lovely son, over a dozen times. The property has become synonymous with abundance, hospitality, fun, and a fruitiness of its own kind. Russ and Grant and their son Bryce have hosted over 300 Food Forward volunteers. They've opened their pools to our parties. They've even shared their martini mixing machine. Gentlemen, please come up, because tonight it's our turn to do a little payback. I'm thrilled to honor the boys of Bryceland as Food Forward's very first philanthropists of the Backyard Harvest Program. Samantha and Rachel, please come up and join us. The ladies who run Backyard Harvest.
Okay. Smile first. Okay. Yeah. Rick, thank you. When we are children, most of us are taught to do the right thing. When we become adults, we hope we are doing the right thing. When we become parents, we teach our children to do the right thing, even when no one is watching. Russell and I were simply doing what we believe is the right thing when we opened our home and our property with about 300 orange trees to Food Forward. It wasn't in our consciousness that we would ever be honored simply for doing the right thing. It never occurred to us that we would meet a cadre of dedicated, empathic people along the way. And the volunteers of Food Forward are just a remarkable group of people. You don't have to look very far from where you are at any given moment to realize that there are people, including children, right here in Los Angeles that are going to bed hungry. In a society where the wealthy among us try to conscientiously limit the amount we eat because of obesity concerns, there are people who don't have enough food to eat in order to think properly. There are children who are happy if they can eat one meal a day. There are children in our own city that have grown accustomed to hunger. My friends, there's a great imbalance, and we all know it. Let's all continue to do the right thing, even when no one is looking. Russell and I are both very deeply humbled by this award. Thank you.
The eloquence of my awardee